Have you ever set a huge, ambitious goal for yourself, only to watch it fizzle out? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you the problem isn't your motivation or your work ethic? The real secret to actually achieving those big dreams, it might be something you've never even considered.
So why does this happen over and over again? We get all fired up, set these incredible goals on January 1st, and by February, they're pretty much gone. It's super frustrating, right? But the answer isn't to just grit your teeth and try harder.
The real solution is a total shift in how you think about achievement. See, it's not about just having a dream. It's about building the machine that makes that dream pretty much inevitable. The missing piece isn't another goal. It's a better system.
And that brings us to the core idea we're going to unpack here. This fundamental, game-changing difference between goals and the systems that actually get you there.
Okay, this slide breaks it down with a perfect analogy. Think of your goal as your destination. It's the compass pointing you north, telling you which way to go. It gives you the why. But the system? That's your car. It's the nuts and bolts plan that actually drives you to the destination. I mean, a compass is pretty useless if you don't have a way to travel, right? So before we even think about building that vehicle, we have to be absolutely crystal clear on the destination. This first step is all about defining your direction and locking in that powerful why that's going to fuel the whole journey.
And to do that, we're going to use a classic framework, the carrot and the stick. You've probably heard the saying, but it's way more than that. It actually describes two incredibly powerful types of motivation we can tap into.
So on one hand, you've got the carrot. That's your approach motivation. It's about moving towards something great, like hitting the gym because you want to feel strong and full of energy. Then you've got the stick, or avoidance motivation. That's about moving away from something you don't want, like going to the gym to avoid getting sick or feeling sluggish. And here's the key. You need both. Knowing what you're running towards and what you're running away from. That creates a serious amount of rocket fuel.
So here's a really powerful exercise for you. Take these 8 key areas of your life and actually visualize your dream life and your anti-dream life. For each one, ask yourself, what does amazing look like? That's your carrot. And then ask, what does total failure look like? If I do absolutely nothing, that's your stick. Getting super specific here is what gives your compass its true north.
All right, our direction is set. We know where we're going. Now it's time to build the vehicle. This is the heart of the whole method, the 90-day reverse design. This is where we stop just dreaming and we actually start planning. So, why 90 days? Well, think about it. A whole year is just too long. It's easy to lose momentum. But a month? That's often too short to see any real, meaningful progress. 90 days or a 12-week sprint, that's the sweet spot. It creates a sense of urgency, but still gives you enough runway to make a serious impact.
And the whole process breaks down into 3 simple but incredibly powerful stages: focus, define, and reverse plan. Let's dig into each one.
Step 1 is focus. And man, this quote just says it all. If you try to chase 10 different goals, you'll make a tiny bit of progress on each, and it'll feel like you're going nowhere. But when you concentrate all of that energy on just 1 to 3 core goals, the progress you make isn't just a little better, it's exponential. It's like focusing sunlight with a magnifying glass.
Step 2 is to define a really clear finish line. And it has to be quantitative. It has to be a number. So not just get in shape, but run a 5K in under 30 minutes. Not grow my business, but increase revenue by 15%. A specific number leaves no doubt. It tells you exactly when you've crossed the finish line.
And this brings us to the most powerful step of all, reverse plan. You literally start at your end goal, say getting 65,000 new subscribers, and you work backward. To get there, what has to happen in month 3? What about month 2? What milestones do you need to hit every single week? And most importantly, what do you need to do today? This process magically turns a huge, scary goal into a simple series of clear, doable steps. Okay, so now we have a plan. But a plan is just a map, right? It doesn't drive the car. This final phase is all about building the machine that automates the journey, making your success almost guaranteed. This quote right here captures the huge mindset shift you need to make. Stop being the machine, the one who has to grind it out every single day with pure willpower. Instead, become the architect. Your job is to build the system that runs for you. Your new role is to just oversee and tweak the machine, not do all the heavy lifting yourself.
So how do we build this machine? Well, it all rests on 3 pillars. First, you do a time audit to see where your time is actually going. Second is friction management, which we'll dive into. It's awesome to make good habits easy and bad ones hard.
And third is automation, using tools and processes to put repetitive tasks on autopilot so you can free up all that mental energy.
Let's zoom in on friction management, because this concept is an absolute superpower. It's the art of literally redesigning your environment so that the things you want to do become the easiest things to do.
Here are two perfect, simple examples. If you want to go to the gym more, you remove friction by laying out your gym clothes the night before. It's one less thing to think about. If you want to eat less junk food, you add friction by not keeping any sugary snacks in the house at all. You literally have to get in your car and drive to the store to break your habit. It's a tiny change to your environment, but it is so effective.
So we've covered the why, the what, and the how. But look, knowledge without action is totally useless. So it's time to turn everything you've just learned into an immediate, concrete step.
This right here is your first action. You're going to build a tiny microsystem for learning. Don't just close this explainer and move on. Take 10 seconds. Seriously, pause it right now and write down 2 specific action points or takeaways. This tiny little habit is a system that turns passive watching into active learning.
And that leaves us with one final and really the most important question. The question is no longer what goal will you set. The real question is, what will you build? So, what system will you build first?